think now, yeah.
Start?
Yeah.
So you're gonna hold like this all the time?
Yes. But I have Hanuman on my hand tattooed, so
You should have a wood like this.
Yeah.
You can rest it.
I could talk with facilities, maybe they can build something for me. But no, it's good, now I'm really used to it.
Okay.
Okay, Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
We have Rishi Anantajita with us, and I'm super excited because every time I go on this walk, I have the opportunity to find a new story and actually have a longer conversation than the 50-minute conversation we're allowed to have on the hallways or drinking chai or something else. So I'm really curious how it all started, bro. Where you're from, how you ended up on the path, how you
all
met
about
Guruji.
me.
It's all about you. It's just
Yes.
about
Wow.
you and your path. How you started walking the path.
So, Jai Gurudev. So to introduce myself again, my name is Rishi Anantajita, and I'm coming from Croatia. And I'm at the moment 30 years old, and I met Guruji 2016. So how that all starts? My life before was not so spiritual. Actually, it was not at all spiritual. And I was very, let's say, Guruji called me many times I'm like a peasant. Because I really felt like that. Because I'm from village, and there is only there's a certain amount of people you hang out, and you think that's the life what you have to
That's
live.
the whole world.
That's the whole world. Like if you go to the town, to the main town, is like we are going to the. When you're a kid, it's like this, yeah. But then when you grow up, it's different. But I never changed actually my company, my friends, and there was always the same ones. And I never liked my age or younger. I was always hanging out with elders, because they felt that it's very okay, and I was also like very. So let's say I was very mature to hang out with them, you know? And also everybody knows everybody, you know, like I know their parents, they know my parents. We all also like going out sometimes, like it's absolutely normal, you know?
It's a community, basically.
Yeah, it's a community. You know? Just the goals are different. You know? Who has a better wine and who has a better house?
House-made wine.
Yeah.
For sure.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, so I was a big meat eater. Because also like I grew up in the place where we had everything. Like we have our own animals, we had
like a small farm.
Yeah, we have a small farm, and also like everybody around you have the same thing, yeah. Like
self-sustainable. You don't go to the store for the basic.
Not fully, but yeah, let's say. And even during the summer, I always went with my grandpa and my grandma to the house in the forest, and then the neighbors we had. They were they had a lot of sheep. What's the word? Shepherds.
They were shepherds.
Yeah, they were shepherds. And so I was always during summer helping them.
So you were on the field in nature.
I was constantly working with them, and in that time, like there was no, especially in that place, there is no signal. Even if you have a phone, you're cut off from everything. Yeah. And for me, all kids my age went to the sea and enjoy. And I was outside with the sheep working with
the savage.
And then I came back, but then I had money. So I was the biggest and the coolest guy ever.
They all want to hang out with the shepherd boy.
But it was like this, yeah. That's what I knew, yeah. And then and also like the way how I grew up is that I had only one grandpa and my father, and they were always like pushing me to learn, to work, like to be better yourself, but also like to be useful, you know, like try to learn this, try to learn that. You never know and it's always like this, like even when I was telling a few days ago, like to somebody, like when you were kid, when I was a kid, your grandpa will give you a bucket with color and a brush, and then we just went for a walk deep in the forest, yeah? And then he was telling me like, now mark from here, from this tree to this tree, because this belongs to us. Yeah, this belongs to, and this will belong to you. So now I'm showing you. So even if
borders.
so it's crazy. Like even if I go now, I will know exactly where the borders are from our place. It's crazy, and that's how it was before.
They were teaching
like from generation to generation, was just like this, showing
passing
you.
on.
Yeah, from this tree, 10 meters, and there is a stone with this color, and it is
This
like
is an
this.
amazing relationship
Crazy,
you have with your family, and your grandfather becomes your first teacher, your first role model.
Yeah.
He passes on the wisdom to the younger generation.
Yeah.
This is nice, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't like this, yeah. And I was also the only male in only a boy in a whole family who is very skillful and very like he knows how to do stuff, and
he learned it properly.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, yeah, we need to work on him, you know, like
push him even further.
He will take
best.
he will take everything. And then like especially because
he's gonna
I'm
inherit the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
property.
I'm not proud to say, but like when we were, because when you have your own animals, like also like you need to, you're
Cut
making
them,
you're making your own meat, yeah, like you're making your own, like how you say, production, yeah.
Mhm.
So I was doing this. So can you imagine? Like I was like finishing school when I was like 13, and I was running from my school back to my grandpa's place because there was a. I don't know the English word, but there is a specific word in Croatia where the time of when you kill the animals and before the meat, you're preparing the meat. Yeah.
For winter, you prepare for winter.
For
basically.
winter, yeah.
Yeah. We
So
have it in Romania the same.
Yeah. So I was like running from my school up there because my grandpa was waiting for me to show me how to kill the animal. Like it's
You're having pigs.
Absolutely.
The pigs probably, no?
Pigs, chickens.
Yeah.
We have a farm of small, also small chickens. Yeah, a lot of stuff. And also, plus my grandma was very knowledgeable about herbs and mushrooms. So she taught me a lot about
going in the forest.
Yeah, all this stuff.
Self-sustainable in the forest. You could survive, huh?
I think I will. I think
we
I
have
will,
this forest here. Have you
Yeah.
found when you were on the walks stuff that you recognize from Croatia?
Some stuff, but it's different climate and different.
The climate is different, probably different species, but I think.
But mushrooms are mostly the same.
You can identify the poisonous ones if necessary.
We went a few times also with Guruji around, and then we were picking mushrooms. Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it was cool. So yeah, that's how I grew up. Yeah, and then
basically a really healthy life. You might argue.
In that moment, if the mentality from outside and the people how they think, yes,
for sure,
very healthy. Bro. Yeah. And of course, like you're making your own schnapps, rakia.
We have in Romania rakia.
You're making your own wine and so on. Yeah, like alcohol.
Now they call it bio. Back in the days, we call it homemade.
Yeah, it was like this. But then, of course, like with all this, you always drink a lot. Yeah, I was drinking a lot, especially especially when I was like 16. From 16 onwards, like until 22, I drank a lot. Yeah? It was not so good. And
rakia is the worst poison, bro. Yeah. It takes your mind away. I used to lose my mind on rakia.
Yeah,
it's dangerous.
I was doing very bad stuff.
I can imagine. I can relate.
Yeah, but I was very careful always. I never went too far. Like, not in drinking, but like in behaving. Of like, I was never a bully, or I never bully somebody.
Yeah, bully someone.
And I was never like destroying stuff or.
I was very
happy. I was very happy.
So you were the happy one.
I was always a happy person.
You're the party.
Yeah. And if you say like, let's do it, I was always the person who say yes. That was my. I was a yes man. I was a yes man. Yeah. But if it's something really bad, like let's
hurt someone.
That was no.
Okay. But what kept you from going on the
No,
bad side, let's say, of this?
It was always something stopping me inside. Like I never had proper fights when I was even a kid, like a proper fight, like in school or never. Like I was always around people who have crazy fights and never, and everybody and everything always happened that I was never involved. Like it's like something was just like maneuvering me around that everybody's like, no, he's a good guy, I know him from before.
Nobody wanted to kick your ass.
One time we were in one village. There was a carnival. We were actually in a different town. It was a carnival. We went there, and then my friend did something bad, and the kid. Actually, he was just drunk. He just moved, and the kid fell down because he was sitting on the other side of the bench, and he fell down. He hit his head on a stone, and he had a concussion. Yeah, but it was just
enough. Combined with alcohol, probably at the carnival.
It was absolutely insane. The whole village was chasing us with the huge stones and rocks, and we were trying to run through the forest to catch the train to run away. Yeah, and even then, everybody attacking you, and then suddenly somebody turned around, and from nowhere, for no reason, he said like, "No, don't attack this guy," facing to me because he's going to my high school, and I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Man.
But it was always like
so
this.
You were slipping through the conflict like
always like this.
Amazing.
Always like this.
I was also protected somehow, but it's nice. It's like someone was protecting you.
That's true. Yeah, but then, of course, there was always somehow this feeling of like I want to change something. Maybe I want to change people who I'm hanging out, because also like it was always the same thing, like we were never going out. For example, our hanging out was like most of the time like just making barbecues at places in the forest and like very, very, very chill. Yeah. So there was also other people around who were also elder, and then I had a girlfriend who was hanging out with them, so I immediately somehow I changed. But we all knew each other. But there was always the two groups. But we all knew each other from many years, yeah. And then, but then that group has also drugs. So I was also started.
Of course.
Doing,
what to do? You get bored, bro.
Yeah, I was also doing.
We have something else there.
Yeah, I was also doing this kind of stuff, and then one moment there was, I think 2014. I think it was 2014 or 15. My sister was going through a tough time, a little bit. So I was always trying to support her, be with her, and everything, because of course, like when you live in the village, everybody, like all houses has ears. Like it's absolutely insane.
You cannot hide
it's absolutely insane.
You can have secrets.
Yeah. So what we did, or what I did, I started hanging out with my sister more, and that's how I met, for example, also Shyamana Das, the two guys, and then Virupa.
Amazing artist.
Yeah,
Amazing
so
artist,
I met all of them somehow through her and Javi, and in that I think they met Guruji 2015, because before, my sister and Javi, they're a couple, yeah. So they were practicing somehow spirituality and different.
They were searching,
Yeah, they were searching, yeah. But always like they didn't bother nobody about it. They're just practicing and trying to find
by themselves.
By themselves, yeah. So they found about Bhakti Marga, and they found about Guruji, and then it was always like, oh, like let's come for Om chanting, and like, oh, let's like many different things, like, oh, why are you eating meat? Like, just stop eating meat. Like, because I think in that time they already stopped eating meat, and it was always this kind of stuff, like, what we're gonna do, and but I was all constantly ignoring, and I was just like, yeah, right. Like even sometimes
from the sister, ignore.
When they were going I was driving them sometimes to the house what we have in the forest, like because they want to be like 1 week alone and like cleansing and purification and meditation and so on, or everything is silent. And then when I was coming to pick them up, they told me like, oh, come earlier that day, so we're gonna have lunch together, and then we're gonna go back home. So when I was going up, I know that if I come up not prepared, I will have to eat what is not meat. So what I did,
those things that vegetarians
so what I that time I was thinking like, man, I will be super smart now. So before I went to pick them up, I stopped in the shop and I buy some sausages and I went up. So I came there and they were like all happy that they're gonna prepare me like something. I was like, no. I was grilling my sausages there. Yeah, it's like always be prepared.
With these vegetarians, you never know.
And then, so always was like this, like somehow like ping pong.
This dynamic in which they try to share a little bit of their life, and you were like always prepared.
Yeah, but I also went on few Om chantings and.
So you did those?
I did, because also like, I was like, why not? Like, it's
and
nice.
How was it for you back then, at the beginning, when you were like?
It was a little bit weird.
To sit and just chant.
It was a little bit weird just to sit and chant Om, but in the same time, I didn't want to admit because of that pride, but they could see it, like on my expression, my faces. I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
And so even they asked my mom and me to receive a simple meditation back then.
Yeah.
So we did. Yeah, we did also
nice.
that. Those 2015, maybe summer or something like this. And then once Swami Anashuya, he was appointed Swami for Croatia. Then he was about to come to my town, to their place, to do yagna. And they asked me if I can help them to dig for the kun. And like in that time, they was just telling me like, just dig a hole here and we're gonna do some stuff here. Because if they told me kun, I was just like, whatever. Okay. So what I did, I came there and I prepared everything for them, and I just like, I'm out. Yeah. I don't want to see these people. I don't want to have time. Like I don't want to spend time with them. But that time also that day was my sister's birthday. Yeah.
So you couldn't leave?
No, I left. I left, of course. And then I, like how it is, like, the friend called me and he's like, let's go for a coffee. Then that coffee become a few beers, And then I called my sister and I was like, it was already like 11 o'clock, and I was thinking like, for sure nobody's there already. I call my sister and I go there and I spend time now with them, And I called them and she's like, yeah, nobody's here, you can come. Yeah, we have also food. I was like, perfect. So I came there and there's like I entered in the house, full table of people. Swami Anashuya, the guy, because Swami Anashuya had like a beard before and long hair a little bit. And he's just sitting there full in orange. And I'm thinking like, no freaking way. Like, where did they put me?
They trapped me.
Yeah.
They trapped me.
And then I was okay, I need to act normal because I'm already a little bit drunk. So I was like, okay.
I'm a tipsy-turvy.
So I was there. But it was actually very nice. Swami Anashuya was very polite. I was very, very shy. Very, very shy.
Really?
Ooh, I was very shy person.
Introvert?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very, very. And even sometime now, like if you catch me in the wrong moment, sometimes I'm also like,
I'm not in the mood to have a conversation.
And that in that day, I actually get my first yagna band.
The blessed thread from the yagna.
From the yagna, and that day, what they did yagna, and Swami Anashuya put on my hand, and that was my
dangerous.
That was my first interaction with with a monk. The first time when I actually met a monk.
And you had no information whatsoever what Hinduism is.
No, nothing. Like even for example, even Christianity. Like I was going to church.
On the big celebrations.
On a big celebration, but
Easter,
even
Christmas.
then, no, even then.
Skip.
Like the more and more I was getting older, I was just skipping everything, because I never liked the feeling of church. Being inside, I liked the feeling itself, the prayer, and it's very nice, but like the people and
And it's
everything
Orthodox, no? Orthodox country.
no,
Croatia is.
no, Christian.
Yeah, but Christian
No,
Orthodox
not
or
Chri-
Catholic?
Catholic, sorry, Catholic.
Okay.
And it was very, I don't know, awkward. Yeah, I think I get also this feeling from my grandpa because he really didn't like priests and he didn't
Okay.
like this stuff. Yeah.
Organized religion was not.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then slowly everything started changing, and they were always calling me because I was also working. I had a really very bad job, let's say, but also interesting because I went to work only 1 year because of I didn't manage to enter in a college where I wanted to go. So I said, okay, I go work for 1 year and then I try next year again, yeah. But of course, that 1 year become 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, because you start working and that's it.
And then you get bills and this and finish, yeah.
Yeah.
And then somehow like all this, this crazy life of I had a 3 shift, 2 days in the morning, 2 days afternoon, 2 days night. And you work Saturday, Sunday, like you 3 days.
You don't have 3 days.
Yes, 3 days.
Because you rest in the 3 days because your schedule is so.
Yeah, because you
crazy.
come 6, 7 in the morning from night, and then your 3 days start that day. And then, but you need to go to sleep at least like few hours because you're destroyed. And it's like this, yeah. And then also like I was just working and partying. There's nothing else.
What else to do in life?
Yeah, it was. And then, and they were constantly telling me like, oh, you know, because in that moment, 2015, my sister and Javi, they already went to first JLF. What was happening here, yeah, the 10th anniversary of Bhakti Marga. And then that was the first time they came to ashram. That was the first time the second time they meet Guruji also. And I think there was a time when they were trying to like. They were going more and more into this path. Yeah, they were realizing that this is actually happening. Yeah? So they also start to pushing, like for example, Shyamanath and Virupa and me, because we were also like we were also going out, hanging out together and like partying and what, you know. But you can see that slowly they were start going more and more in, and we were somehow stagnating. Yeah, and they were telling me like, oh no, you know, it's time, like it's really nice, like if you can maybe like start changing your life and try something new, and like also maybe you can also stop eating meat and you know?
Because they had the experience.
Yeah,
they were having
because they see how it's changing them. Yeah.
But you saw the change in them also as a good thing, or did you?
No,
as were concerned.
No, as a good thing.
You saw the positive influence.
Yeah, because I know how I was before, and you can see on them, like you can see on, you know, when you know the people for so long that you know, like their expression,
the face, the structure of the face changes.
It's really changing, but on the good, yeah.
Yeah, because this is sometimes when you change, your friends notice your change and they get worried because they don't recognize you. But it's nice that you saw the good side of their change.
Yeah. And so I don't know exactly the sequence, what happened first, but I know that one day I came to them and I was like, it was evening, and then we were again like, oh, maybe we're gonna watch some movie, we're gonna order some burgers. And she's calling and she's saying like, oh, I want 2 veggie burgers for them. And then she turned around and for sure, she already made the face. She's like, oh, for you again, the burger. And I'm thinking, no, order for me veggie burger. And she just like, what? And I didn't even understood that I'm saying. I was like, what? Did I order veggie burger? It was like, okay, then maybe, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. And then since then, somehow everything like, of course, I didn't stop eating meat since that day.
But it was like a step.
It was a step like that every single time when they do something, I will eat. I will not anymore, for example, go to buy something different. Yeah. So it was slowly, step by step. And then, like again, I started feeling like super unhappy, unsatisfied with my friends and everything, because I was still doing the same thing, and I was thinking that it's good, but somehow like you can feel it that it's, you know, like
It doesn't feel
really
right
doesn't
anymore.
feel
yeah.
anymore
It's
how
off.
how
Something
it
is
was
off.
before, yeah.
Mhm.
And then then the accident happened. I was thinking that it's the biggest problem in my life, that my ex-girlfriend came to me and she told me that she's pregnant. And I was like, okay. So I was like, give me a moment to think about this. So what I did, and then I was very surprised that I actually make a decision that's very
Responsible.
and very, like, I was 100% sure that this is now my life and this is how it's
Okay,
gonna be.
you accepted it.
So I say accept, and I said like, okay, we're gonna have if it's like this, we're gonna have a baby, but then you go your way and I take the baby, because as how I see throughout all these years, it's only me who can actually do that. Like, you are constantly like unreliable, like you
Okay.
don't even work.
I'm gonna raise this baby by myself.
She was like, what? But then, like, of course, like in that moment, like you're going through a lot. At least I was going through a lot.
That's a big thing, bro.
And then I remember that I called my sister and I was like, oh no, I messed up. And she's like, what? And she's like, no, I messed up. Like, I don't know what I was saying. Like, I know that I was very, very spaced out. I was constantly saying that I messed up, I need to change something. So she just said me like, okay, I don't understand you anything. Just come to us. Like, Shamanat is here.
Mm-hmm.
That time his name was Jovica. I was like, Jovica is here and we are here. Just come here, yeah. So I came there. So I started talking with them. And I telling them what to do, and I'm telling them as with the so heaviness that what happened, and they start laughing in my face, and I'm like,
You were destroyed, man.
and I was really destroyed. And then after it came out that she was not actually pregnant. So
It was false alarm.
It was a false alarm, or she was playing a prank on me. But if this was a prank, I don't know. It was very bad one, a very bad one prank. But it's okay. Either one, doesn't matter. Yeah.
It made a click anyway.
But it made a click.
It made a click inside of you.
That I need to change something. And then there was an opportunity to have 2015 in December, to have a Atma Kriya course. And my sister and Javi, they already had Atma Kriya course, but they wanted to do refresh, and they were asking like few of us if we can join and do with them. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, why not? So immediately I went to the bank, I took the money, and I paid everything.
The class.
Everything. Yeah? And that was actually the first step what I did. Yeah. And we received actually all of us, we did the first step with Kriya. And then the lives continue, and we were still
practicing.
Yes, I was practicing. It was very interesting because I had also like very because of what I said, like I was a shy person. I was never like open, especially not in front of my parents, because of the different waves of life. It was completely different.
And different generations, they have different priorities probably.
Yeah, so what I was doing, because my sister told me like, okay, now when you go meditate, you need to have a picture of Guruji, you need to have a picture of Babaji, and maybe you light the incense stick, and then you meditate, and then you do your Kriya. And I was like, okay. So they bought for me, as a present, they bought for me everything. And I had like I have a box and a meditation kit, because in that moment I was like, okay, Guruji, they explain me from who is Guruji,
the
who
lineage,
is Babaji, and from where the Kriya comes from, and that's it. That's everything what I knew. And so what I did, because I didn't want that my parents find out, I had a box with all the kit inside, and I was hiding this in the box. And when I was doing Kriya, then I would take it out, put it on like an altar, and then I was meditating, and then I would put it back inside and put it in a box. It was super, yeah, it was super
It's a
sweet.
go kit of
Yeah, it was super
meditation.
sweet. It was super sweet.
So nice.
And I have my pillow and everything. Yeah. And I didn't know if I'm doing right or not because I was just like I knew that I'm doing right because I'm following the manual,
Mhm.
but I didn't know like what should I think or like
What-
how
Should I feel something
should I feel
special?
something or not, because sometimes I start feeling something. I was like, what is now this?
I'm a feely person.
Like I can what? Like I can actually be happy. Like I can
Without
actually
drugs, I'm
yeah.
relaxed without drugs.
Yeah. So it was very nice experience. Yeah.
And you did this for how long? The Kriya and stuff until the next step.
The next step was 2016 for Shivaratri.
Uh-huh.
That was our first
Ooh.
collective trip.
First time when you came here.
Yeah, that was our first collective trip to SPN
Mm.
to see Guruji and to have a experience of event.
Mhm.
You know? Because also we didn't know what Shivaratri is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we came here. It was very nice. I remember that some of you who remember, or if you remember, Darshan Hall
Yes.
was before
That was
Guruji
the
was
place where
celebrating.
I took my first darshan there. I'm
Ah,
never
yeah?
gonna forget that
So
place.
the Guruji's asana was on the left when you
Yes.
enter,
Yeah.
and I was on the fully right in the corner of the
extreme.
window, like
Yeah,
all the way there. Yeah.
The furthest place possible
Yeah,
from the
no,
asana.
because that's how they
Yeah.
put us there, so we were just there.
Newcomers and they put who was in charge
No,
of crowd control.
even if they told me no, they put me after. Yeah, Jagopal, Rishi
Yeah.
Jagopal put me after in front the first row, like next to Guruji.
newcomer,
Next to
yeah.
Yadam. Wow, I didn't like it. So,
Exposed.
yeah, I was fully exposed, and you don't know how to behave. Like,
Of
what
course.
should I do? Yeah.
Surrounded by these happy people dancing with painting on their forehead, irrationally
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
It was weird. But then, because the more we wait for Guruji to arrive, there was always kirtan happening.
Mhm.
And there was always this like feeling of excitement, and people were like really start dancing. And of course, like with the rhythm, you also start dancing
Yeah.
because you're just like, okay, whatever. Like you don't understand anything, but it's nice.
Move the body at
Yeah,
least to
it's
get
very
into the
nice. Yeah.
flow.
And then everybody stood up in that moment because Guruji was arriving. And my first thing when I saw Guruji, the first impression, I only could see him from the profile, like
Mhm.
because through the people heads, and only for a second I saw him from the profile. And it's hard to describe. In that moment, I literally I felt that I took the first cold breath. Like I never, it's like I never breathed for so long.
Wow.
You know when you're diving,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then you want to take the breath, and then when you came out, you're like,
Yeah, the
and
first breath.
The first, that's how I felt it.
Wow.
And it felt like literally felt the cold air went through between my eyes
Mhm.
and went straight to my heart, and like I felt like the warmness, it's like something exploded in my heart. Like I felt my whole blood was boiling. Like that's how I felt, warm, super, super warm. You know? And the next moment, I found myself on the floor, on my head, like bowing down. And I'm thinking, like, what is this? I said, wait a minute. Did anybody see me? Like,
So
did
good.
and then I look around, everybody on their knees, like doing the same thing. I was like, okay.
Oh, it's good, it's good.
Like, and my sister is like, yeah. Like,
You did it.
yeah, but I also don't understand what is happening. Like, why am I even doing this? Like, what is this feeling, what I feel, yeah?
Amazing.
Yeah. And the only conversation what I had with Guruji in that time was, he asked me where I'm from. I say from Rijeka, and from Croatia, from Rijeka, and he said like, oh, okay, that's it. That's the whole conversation what I have with Guruji that time, yeah. But the impression was very, very strong for me. When we came back, I was overwhelmed by everything.
By the whole event and.
By the whole event, by the feelings what I had, by.
And you had they talked, they told you about Guruji stuff.
No,
or
they
it
did.
Was just,
they did.
They shared probably their experiences.
Yeah, they shared some of. I mean, they didn't have so much experiences because they were very new, but like even the people who had experiences, they shared something, but I couldn't
You
connect.
couldn't relate,
It
yeah.
was just like you're talking me about the guy who's doing stuff. I was like, fine. Like,
It's nice.
yeah,
It's a nice story.
yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
yeah, that's it. But nothing more like deeper, yeah.
And
But now
then you had the
when I
experience.
felt something, I was like, oh, okay, now I can somehow
Understand
relate,
why
yeah,
these
or
people
understand,
are
yeah.
around, yeah.
And but I still continue in my life. Like
Mhm.
I was working and partying, but I was still doing kriya. It was mix of everything.
Yeah.
Literally mix of everything.
Spirituality was creeping in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
life. It's like slowly.
Yeah. And then what was it? Our second trip to SPN was JLF,
Mm,
2016.
good choice.
Yeah, the same month.
Not
It was
the same
also
month, yeah.
not the same month, the same year.
The same year.
So we went there, and it was, for me, it was very nice. Like it was nice and sunny weather, lot of people, lot of young people also. So it was not like, oh,
Yeah.
there's also like somebody like me. Like,
I have my generation
Yeah.
also here.
But I constantly felt that to being here, it's something what makes me very, very happy. Like inside of me is like the feeling of peace and like, like
Yeah, when you can calm
it
down,
really
relax,
feels
and
that
just.
I'm here. Like
Ah,
that
okay.
this place is very good for me. Like that was the feeling. Yeah, like, and even like like for example, I remember the Falguni. She was already resident. She knows Guruji for many, many years. Even she told me, like, she looked at me and she was like, I don't know why, but like I feel like you just need to be here. Like like I know you
belong to this place.
Yeah, I know you from before. You need to be here. There's some strange feeling, yeah. And then they were start telling me. We had the darshan also from Guruji. It was very nice. And because from Shivaratri to Jeslo Festival, for example, Virupa, Shyamanath, Havi, Sankhya, and other guys from Croatia, they were always traveling around Europe to travel to follow Guruji for darshans.
yeah.
Yeah. But I couldn't because of my strange work shifts and everything, and also like they had dogs in the house, both of them. So I was
you had to
constantly,
keep-
so I was taking care of dogs and working, yeah. And so I was happy. I was never like not sad. I was just happy for them that they can go and that's
cool.
it, yeah. And even I think, yeah, this happened also. Even before I went to the Jeslo Festival, I was with Swami Kancholchan at that time on the sea. And we went to swim. And I came out. And like you came to swim, you came out like in Croatia on the beach. It's
It's
very sunny, very nice. So I came out, I lay down on the sand, and I took my cigarette. Then like because
that's what you do after
that's what
you
you
have
do.
a good swim.
After you have a good swim, you're gonna have
course.
some good breath, like some air to get some good air. And Swami Krishna turns around and he said like, "Why?" And he's like, I look at him. I was like, "Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's what you do. Like that's the habit, yeah." It's like just don't. Not he never said like don't stop. Like just don't do it. I was like, you know what? Why not? So I took the cigarette, the almost the whole package, and I just squeezed it like I threw it in a garbage. And since then I stopped smoking. It was
Like
just
that.
like that.
But you were a serious smoker, I presume.
I was smoking one package a day.
So you're a professional smoker.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard other people they did a lot, way more, but
But one pack a day, you're a professional.
yeah.
You're not an Olympic, but you're still a professional.
So it was so easy.
So nice.
It was so easy. And
You tried to quit before?
never. And then I actually realized that it couldn't be me, like just like that.
It's
Because
hard to quit, bro. Smoking is hard.
I really think like it couldn't be me, just like, because I know that I was going a little bit through difficult. I mean, I was smoking still other like weed or whatever, but cigarettes I stopped. Yeah? And then the interesting part happened on JLF, because we were here, we had darshan and everything. And then at that time, devotee was called initiation for devotee was called initiation for Jal Brahmachari. And everybody was telling me, oh no, you should go initiate yourself, you know, to become Jal Brahmachari, like your sister and Howie, they already did it, like why not you? And one guy, our friend from Slovenia, Christian, he will also do it. And everybody's telling me this, but I don't even know what does it mean. Like, but
back in the days,
like nobody like
become a devotee, bro. Like
yeah,
overnight.
just like just do it. And
now you have to wait 2 years before you become a devotee.
Because it's good like this. How it is.
Of course, it's a filter.
And I was just lucky that Guruji could align everything inside of me that actually make that happen. Yeah. And but inside the feeling was like, yeah,
it feels right, huh?
Yeah, but my mind is like, no freaking way. Like I don't even know what I'm doing. Like why should I do now this? So I remember that I was next to Shiva on the field outside, and I was sitting with my sister, and then I see I saw Swami Krishna passing by with the papers. And I know where he's going. He's going to Babaji cave to initiate.
He has the registration
form, and I know that many other people already there, because others also get initiated by other swamis. And I'm thinking yes or no, like, and it's just like I was very undecided. Like I couldn't decide anything. Like. And then I literally felt that somebody just stabbed in my
ass,
buttocks. Yeah, like
boink.
And I jumped and I sat around there and I signed the paper, and it's like, and he's like, you want to become Jal Brahmachari? It's like, yes. I don't know what. Don't ask me anything. I have to do it. I have to do it. So I did it, and it was very nice experience. Very nice experience. I was. The whole family there, the whole Croatian people were there, and also with the god brother Christian. It was very, very beautiful.
Oh, so nice.
And so the funny part is that I came back home after 10 days, I think we spent here, or 7 days. I went to sleep. Next day I wake up and I went to eat, to have something for breakfast, and I opened the fridge, and I'm thinking like, I'm seeing the salami, let's say. My mom is there cooking, and I'm thinking like, wait a minute. My brain started like
processing what just happened,
and understanding what I did. And I understood that there is no more alcohol, there is no
tobacco,
more
drugs,
anything.
meat.
Yeah? But I feel so happy. Like I never felt this happiness before. So I was like, okay. So I closed the door and I turned around and I saw my mom. I was like, Mom, I don't eat meat anymore. And she just started laughing in my face. And I'm like,
you're so funny.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't eat any meat anymore. She's like, okay, whatever. It's a phase. You know, like it's a phase.
Teenagers.
Yeah. Like even my dad, like he came for lunch, he opened the beer, he opened for me one. I was like, no, I don't drink any alcohol anymore. He was like, where did you took my son? I was like, no. And yeah, I think that was the weirdest experience. But before, actually, it's true. Now when I'm telling, I'm starting remembering stuff.
Very good. We have it on camera, so you can remember it even more.
Before I left here, JLF, I had the second conversation in my whole life with Guruji. That in that moment was that he came to me and he asked me, what is your plan when you come home? Yeah. So my plan from before was that I quit my job and I go to school and I finish for the professional fireman, because I already have all previous training and preposition to do this. And
fireman.
Yeah, because my dad is fireman. And
really?
Yeah. most of my friends, we are all together in volunteer firemen since I'm like 5.
Wow.
So we all went through many trainings already, and we went to the like forest fires and like So and I
You
always
had action?
yeah many.
Wow.
And I always like not like in that time I loved this stuff. Like I was in
That's
love
an
with
amazing
this.
job, bro.
Yeah, I was in love with this. And the best thing, like I finished this, and even the people who work there, who teach you, they know your father. They like
Yeah, it's a family. Basically, you go in.
Yeah, and they know you already since like
Yeah.
you were a kid, and so it's very easy,
In this line of profession, trust is really important.
Yeah.
Because you need to trust the one that's guarding.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was
back.
very somehow like already planned the whole,
Mhm.
and even afterwards I could get a very good job, and most probably the first 15 years my dad will be my boss, and then later I could even maybe, who knows, take over the.
Yeah.
It was very like
it was clear.
long
long-term plan.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I said to Guruji about like I want to quit my job and I go to school. And he just looked at like how he looks.
He looks
somewhere
in
a
the
distance,
horizon.
in the horizon. And then he said, "It will be time for that." And I was just like,
What does that mean?
What do you mean it will be time for that? I was like, okay, whatever. Like I continue with my life, yeah. So I quit my job. When I came back, I quit my job and I went back to, and I had the holiday. Yeah, it's true. I had the holiday to use from company. So I said, why not? So I decided to go to Swami Kanchoshana's place in Split and spend maybe 2 weeks with him. And also we have an inauguration of the temple the same time when I was at his place. So I can combine everything, very nice. Yeah? So I went down and I was helping him during the inauguration.
Yeah.
And he was telling me what to do and I was trying to do. There was all Croatian was gathering together. And then, of course, like video and pictures ended up on Facebook and so on. And then I had 1 week with him, like solo, we were alone. And I decided like literally not to use my phone. Like I switched off my phone. Like I was constantly like, no, nothing, no watch, no zero.
Wow.
Like I was really enjoying the summer in Croatia, yeah? The holiday. And the last day when we were supposed to drive to my town, I was constantly, like when you're expecting a message on the phone, like from somebody.
Yeah.
So I was constantly checking my phone because 7 days I was not even trying to find my phone.
Yeah.
And now suddenly I'm constantly looking at my phone. I'm somehow agitated, nervous, yeah? But I don't know why. So we start driving, and in the middle of the way, it's like 4.5 hour drive, I received a message, but I don't know from who it is because it's unknown number. And I asked Swami if you can read because I was driving, yeah? And he said, oh, it's from Jegopal, from Rishi Jegopal, because he got my number from somebody. Yeah? And he said like, oh yeah, Guruji was looking at the pictures from the inauguration. And he said that he would like that you can come here for seva. And Kashoshana is super happy. He's like screaming of happiness. And I'm like happy, sad, terrified. There was the whole emotion was just like constantly going like through me. Like it was just
like
roller coaster of thoughts and emotion in the same time. And when I came to my place, that day I felt that I really need to decide yes or no. Like, and everybody's like, "Don't be crazy! Like Guruji personally call you to come here, like for seva and everything, to come here in SPN." And I don't know why, but that was my hardest yes ever. Because I told you in the beginning, I'm a yes man.
Yeah.
But that was the hardest yes ever. I was crying so much because I couldn't pronounce yes, but I wanted to say
Really?
yes.
Wow.
But I couldn't say yes, or out of fear.
Why? Of fear.
Or fear of everything what will happen. Because
But
I knew that
what was the process? What were you feeling?
well, the first is like I'm going somewhere when it's unknown by my way of thinking.
Yeah.
And also like when you grow up there, you don't travel. Like I was never traveling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And also that's mean that my life will actually completely change, and what my parents will think, what this
Social
will
pressures,
think,
family
like,
pressure.
yeah, what my friends will think. Like it was a crazy. And then when I finally said yes, it was just like everything disappeared immediately. The same second when I said yes, everything disappeared. Yeah.
Wow.
It was amazing. Yeah. So I spoke with my family. And I said like nothing from school because my school is starting like in 1 week or maybe a week and a half, and I'm already going to
Germany.
for Navaratri. We went for Germany, and my Guruji put it in that way that my family think that I'm going there to work for money, and I was just like, and I'm thinking like, should I fight with this? Should I, like, trying to explain, or should I just leave it? And with time, I think everything will get crystal clear. Yeah. I was like, okay, whatever, just leave it how it is. Yeah.
They think that I'm gonna build a career in Germany.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Because that's how it is. Before in Croatia, was everybody
In
was
Romania,
going
the
from
same.
Croatia
You go
away.
to Germany to find a better life and to bring money home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
And so I came here for Navaratri, and then I experienced the first. The first, let's say, power of Guruji, how I interpret it in that moment, is because you remember when I was telling you that I have my own kit meditation.
Yes.
So after my initiation into devotee or Brahmachari, I was very regular. I was in Kriya, but then I had this always constant feelings of very, very intense love for him. But I couldn't understand like what is happening.
It was not a choice.
Like,
it just happened.
Yeah, it just constantly happened. I touched my handle of my room and I smelled roses constantly. Like, and I smelled my hand like.
I don't use this.
But
perfume.
I didn't want to say to nobody because I felt like maybe I'm going nuts. Like maybe I'm doing too much. So it's like some contra.
If you're doing too much, like
yeah.
if I'm doing too much meditation, roses will smell in my room.
Yeah. Like even the dreams. Like I had a dream that I was walking through my village, and in one hand, on my left hand, I had the baby Krishna playing with my thumb, but I didn't know that it's baby Krishna. After when I saw the picture, I realized it's him. He was baby Krishna in my palm, playing with my thumb, and the other hand I had like some black, red stuff, very dark.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at these two hands and walking through my village. Yeah, it's like you need to choose. Yeah, you need to choose.
Choose.
And what happened that out of this very, very big feeling in excitement and love towards the Guruji, I start, the picture when he's holding the
Yes,
yeah?
the classic,
the famous one, yeah. So out of, I don't know for which reason, I start talking with him because it felt very good. But when I think about it afterwards, it felt very strange. Like, why am I even talking with a picture? Yeah? So I was literally doing this on his cheek sometimes. Yeah?
You are having a relationship with the picture.
And I was like, I don't know why, but it feels good. But everything inside of me is telling me like, it's not that you should do this, but it's just like telling me that this is what you feel. It's actually true. Like this is the state what you can be. Yeah. It's not something like you're imagining. So we came here for Navaratri, and nobody knows about it. I didn't tell to nobody for many years actually, because I felt like ashamed. And then we came here, after first night of Navaratri, we are standing, Guruji is leaving the tent, and we are standing in a corner. So Guruji came to me, to all our group, and he's talking with people in front of him, and I'm like down on my knees, right next to him, and he just turned around and he started doing the same thing to me, and I'm like,
I'm freaking out.
I was like, "Whoa."
Very nice.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
very sweet, very sweet.
Reciprocating and showing you, yeah, I know what you did.
Yeah.
I felt it also. Look, this is how it feels. Very nice.
It was very sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then there was a game of Guruji starts about, and do you want to stay here? What do you feel? And are you happy? Like, like, oh, what is your name again? Like this kind of games, yeah.
Classical.
But every time when he asked me, do you want to stay here? I said like, because I was here maybe 1 month. Because actually I came here, he was for Navaratri, then he left, and he was not here for 1 month. And then after when he came back, then he was start asking me about like, do you want to stay here? And every time I was telling him like, yes, I really want to stay here. And I would start saying like, I really want to serve you and like want to stay here. Like, I really belong, like I really feel that my life has like starting now, and I need to be here, to grow and everything. And he was like, yeah, we see. And then almost every day he was asking the same question, and I was almost every day answering the same thing, And I was getting like, man, or am I doing something wrong? Or maybe I really I don't belong here. I don't know, because I don't know what should I answer. Because I'm answering what I think that I feel, like, because it was not like from bottom of my heart, like I was saying these words. It was just more as I understand, I feel good, and I think that this is good for me, and then that's what I'm saying, And then after a while, one time he asked me again the same question, and before I was thinking to myself, okay, then let me answer again the same, yeah. And before I will start saying something, he grabbed my hand, super like firm, yeah. He looked at me in my eye. He's like me, no, do you really want to stay here? And in that moment, I said the same word what I said all the time, but they really felt every single word what I was saying. And then he just like, okay, then say. That's it. That was.
You have to mean it, bro.
Yeah.
That was the point. You have to mean it. So nice.
Because I was just saying it without that deeper understanding what I'm saying. And that's how somehow everything started. Since then I traveled a few times to Croatia, but most of the time I was here. He was even like, I remember my first let's say one-to-one conversation with Guruji. Of course, the first question is always, am I going to become brahmachari? This was the first question, and the second question is like, what about my parents? And he said like, oh, for the brahmachari, you decide, however, But then he said, for my parents, he told me like, oh, don't worry, like they're fine. Just they need time, they're fine, and he told me like, I will take care of them. And I literally felt that he will take care of them. And since then, I never push. They never push. And slowly you can see how everything starts changing, smoothing out. And it's very beautiful how he does it. And he knows exactly how much time it takes
for every individual.
For every individual to accept or change or...
And they came
whatever.
here? They came to visit?
Never.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
And I'm not even forcing them. Like I just told them that, because also like I think that my parents understand that if they start pushing, then I will start pushing. And for me it's very easy to say, okay, bye.
Yeah, because you can cut off the line
very
like
easy.
this.
And I think they understand this, so they don't want to force it,
But they accept it. They accept that you're here.
Yeah.
They accept, no?
Yeah. There was a rough time, especially when I became brahmachari.
That they're not gonna have nephews.
2017, yeah, that was actually the hardest part. And then I have a very honest conversation with them, and it was very beautiful how, especially my dad said that they're very happy for me. Like they know that I'm happy, and they see also my sister, they're very happy, the life is going good, and I have a roof above my head. You know, like everything what parent does, and when parents want for the kids, they get
it's taken
it's
care
like
of.
it's taken care of, it's
Yeah.
fine. And he said the only problem what I cannot go over it or is the grandchildren.
Yeah,
I'm not
for
happy.
them. Yeah.
But then he said like, but this is not your problem, it's my problem.
Ah, nice.
So I was like,
Nice.
wow,
Nice.
that's very sweet.
Beautiful. That's super beautiful.
And then Guruji told me, like, he asked me, did you ever travel around? I said, no.
I never got out of my village.
Yeah, I said, Guruji, I travel around Croatia. Like a few times I went somewhere around with the buses, like in different countries, but that's it. Like no plane, like no nothing. Yeah. And he said, like, ah, don't worry. You just need to learn. He told me, I remember. He told me, you just need to learn everything what Swami Keshva and that time Pankaj knows. Yeah. And then you can travel with me. And I was like, I took it very serious. I really took it very serious. And I was constantly observing them, what they do during events, like regarding ritual part and regarding how like to serve Guruji on daily basis, like around stable and so on. And I would as much as I was observing this, I was absorbing everything so fast. It was crazy. And that's how I just start copying.
Yeah.
But somehow that copying it become like more on my way or more on how to say, with my own character. Yeah.
Definitely.
and he accepted. Hopefully, he still does it.
He still does. I think you're still serving him, so you are doing something good at the end of the day.
And because of him, like everything because of him. But I traveled a few times already to India and around the Europe also, and it's amazing how he allows and what kind of grace he gave to us. You know?
And how does it feel to be so close to him and to actually serve? So there's devotees, for example, that I met when I was driving from the airport some Chinese devotees that were devotees for 4 years, and they came to Navaratri last year, the first time meeting him in person.
Yeah.
First time, and I was like, how is this possible? I mean, they've never met him until then, and they were devotees for like 4 years. And there are people who devotees that don't get the chance to serve him ever. What is your experience to being so close to the person that we all love, basically?
Yeah. For me, I always wanted to do it. That was my prayer since the beginning, almost somehow.
Since you arrived here?
More or less.
Let's catch a breath here.
Yeah, the more or less I was always like the things that I wanted to serve you, it become like I wanted to serve you like personally, like I want to be there, you know? And then I felt one time very useless, you know, like when you're going through these phases of like, oh, you cannot do anything, like you're trying so much, you know, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I think everybody has this, like,
Yeah, for sure.
as much as I think the more you do sadhana, the more you start reading and studying and everything, you start understanding that like you are very far, but instead of that being motivating to continue and to really grow spiritually, to connect yourself like with Guruji, or to find inner Guruji inside of you, you go opposite and you become a victim, and then you're finding yourself as a victim and crying for me, like nothing works. Yeah,
I'm not good.
Yeah. And that's what happened. Yeah, that's what I did. And that one night I remember I was in front of my altar in my room alone, and I was really crying. I was like little boy. Like it was
You don't seem the crying
Yeah.
type. It's so surprising when you say it's so
and
beautiful, actually.
yeah, and I was praying to Guruji and I said, please, I said, I know that I'm like not so useful, but please just let me be your housewife. That's what I tell him. Yeah, let me be your housewife. Yeah? And then stop. That nothing happened from there.
Mhm.
But he started sometime like inviting me for food, you know, for lunch or for dinner. And then from once a while become almost every day. Few of us, we were constantly coming up, and then that's how that relationship started growing more and more with Guruji. And then we were in resident pilgrimage, and Guruji was getting ready in his room, and we are staying overnight in that hotel. One more night, we are staying one more night in the hotel. And usually when we do this, you ask reception to clean Guruji's room one more time and change the bed sheets and everything. Yeah. But Guruji he still need to have a breakfast and have a tea and everything before we go. So I felt bad that he's in the room and Giridhar is also there, and to have a bed
Not made, not properly
made.
done.
Yeah. So what I did, I have a crazy, I don't know why, sometimes it works that my brain, I can remember things what I saw it from before, you know. But if I can do this in some knowledgeable way, it would be amazing. But I can't.
To remember the scriptures.
Yeah, I can only remember this kind of stuff, like around practical. Yeah. So I don't know why, but I know how bed was made from the hotel when we enter in the room. And I just did it in the same way with the pillows and everything. And Guruji turned around. He's like, "What?" He's like, "You like to do this stuff?" And I'm like, I mean, it's not that I like, but
something comes natural.
Yeah, but I also like that you are here in a nice environment, and also the Giridhar is not here like in front of this messy bed. Yeah. And he's like, "Ah, nice. So that you can do this in my new house then." I was thinking, okay, I don't understand which house. Like, I didn't understand anything. Okay, fine. Because I already somehow understood that when Guruji says something like this, it makes there is a meaning behind it. But you just need to wait.
Yeah,
the time needs to come. Yeah, the time will come to reveal it. So then, when we came back, few months later, I found out that we're gonna actually renovate Guruji's old bungalow. And to make a proper house, to build 2 more floors for him.
So it was not like
no, it was just a bungalow, one
level. Oh, really? Now it's 2 levels.
Now it's 2 levels. Well, 3 levels.
Yeah, basically.
Ground, first and second.
And the highest level.
Yeah, the highest level. The highest level.
I love that. The highest level.
Yeah, and
nice.
So we were working there for 1.5 to 2 years. Every day. It was very nice experience. And then we were almost on the end, and then Guruji started coming inside regularly, and then we were checking the rooms, and I was helping to sort out his old stuff, what was in the room, because he had a lot of also like presents and
a lot of gifts he had.
Lot of stuff. And then I was helping him, and he said like, "Oh, but maybe like big house, like just to have me inside is also like not so cool. Like maybe we put some of you guys or some of the guys." He said some of the guys here. And then he turned and he's like, "Oh, maybe do you want to be here?" I was like, "Guruji, what kind of question is that?"
I've been praying for this.
No, actually, I didn't even remember that.
You didn't remember?
No, I was just like, I said, "Yeah, I mean, if you want, like you play humble, like if you want, Guruji, like." And then he decided for everybody. He like, "Oh, this room will be this guy, this room will be this guy, this room will be that guy." And then every month he was every time when he came, he would repeat the same. He would take the paper and he write it. But for my name, he was constantly playing like, "Oh, like, do you want? Do you really want? Or I don't know, maybe no, maybe." I was like, and then one time he asked me, I was like, "It's enough, like Guruji, I really want that." Like, And he said, yeah, then come. Yeah, then you're gonna stay here. Because, and then, meanwhile, what I said, like, I remember the prayer. And then I remember what happened in India when he's saying that you can do this in my new house. And
Connecting the dots.
then connecting
Poc,
the
poc.
dots, and then you get the treasure chest, with amazing grace, But serving him very close, it's in one way very inspiring and loving and amazing feeling, but in other ways also can be very
Challenging.
very very tough.
You're close to the fire, bro.
Yeah.
You can get burned
I
easily.
think Guruji mentioned many times in satsang that
Yeah, he said the ones who are really close, they get burned somehow because the intensity. He's difficult. He said of himself that I'm difficult to handle for a longer period of time. Sometimes I think that's why he moves so often, because his intensity, his presence starts moving everything around, churns everything. People start the process. They start awakening things inside. You're churning the ocean basically in his presence.
And also, like, he said it once. He said that even for the SPN, he said that I don't stay for a long time also here for very long time, because the amount of karma what people then start burning around is too fast.
Yeah,
and some people cannot handle it.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's true. Like when he's going around, you can see that after a while, like you can really feel that it's time that he goes. Like
it's like a wave that comes and cleans stuff and awakens stuff, and we feel it now that he's away. And things are like, people are starting to do their own routines, and they start to get a little bit cozy and comfortable in what they do.
You have a mud in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it settle in.
And then the hippo comes.
Yeah.
Guruji comes. And he turns everything around. And everything that you want to have like fixed, he's gonna challenge. This is what I feel.
It is. Basically, your all ideas are, you can just flush them.
Yeah.
You think that you know, but you don't know.
And I think you have this experience often now with the things that you know, and he just...
Yeah, he changed them very, very fast. And I'm amazed. I'm always amazed by him, how he's able to change his behavior, his expression, his way of talking, everything, like in a second. Like in a second. Like with somebody he can be very, very strict, and he just turn around and he's so loving and sweet. Like it's like the best actor ever.
But he goes into that. It's not the surface. It's truly a deep connection which each and one of the people that he interacts. This is the feeling. It's not like he's pretending in some... He's not an actor in that sense of pretending. He really goes into that relationship. This is what I feel.
Yeah.
Because he mirrors what you need to learn.
Yeah, everything what he does, it's for a reason. Like even if somebody of, let's say, us who are maybe around him, is getting scolded by him, like he's having some, let's say, beating or rough time. None of us are just like, okay, it's between them. Like, no, you don't want to put your nose into it, but you're observing. You're trying to see the situation. You're remembering what is the cause, or why is it happening like this? What is Guruji saying?
It's a teaching also for you.
Constantly. So you always need to be like alert, like to be ready to act,
and to properly observe the lesson in the moment. Because I think this is something that is fascinating for me, how he can teach on so many levels for so many people at the same time. because you have the experience of Guruji being in a room full of people, even in the darshan hall, wherever he is, and he is acting in a certain way. And if you talk with the people around, they all have their own interpretation because they have their own experience with that gesture that he does, that phrase, whatever. And they have their own revelation. I understood that. So it's amazing on how many levels.
he works.
And you don't understand why he does stuff sometimes. Because it seems random. It's like, why would you do that?
I observe many times, also by stories, and what I could see with him is that, like, just a small example, he's going to a lobby and he's talking with some person, and the person next to it, he's just receiving the immediate answers on the prayer,
the questions, and
or the question what was before. Or like even Guruji was doing darshan finish, for example. He's going up, he's let's say ready to have a dinner, and then he just stopped and he take his keys and he runs from the house straight to the lobby, and then he's just like looking around, like, where is the person? It's like because somebody came, or somebody they prayed or to talk with him, or and it's amazing how does
he navigates
work? Because once we were sitting in front of his house, few of us, and then he was saying that you guys, I mean, not like for us only, but in general, he's saying that you guys don't know, like 0.000 how much zeros, I don't remember how much zeros he said, 1% of what I'm doing. And even that 0.0001%, he allow us to see. So like his hands are everywhere, like it's amazing. And that's, for me, it's so inspiring, like to see the what is outside, who don't have such a chance, like to come here so often, like for example what you were saying, like this,
those devotees,
those devotees who didn't met Guruji for like 3-4 years, and to be so focused and to be always with him and to feel him, and to, it's amazing. Because when you're in ashram in general, it's very easy to be spiritual, very easy to be on the right
you're
path,
surrounded
by everything.
Everything you do is
temple, everything what you do is the same,
reminds you about the focus.
But outside is not like this, and that's, for me, it's inspiring to see how they're really dedicated in their life. They're really like letting go of everything and just to be focused on them. A few days ago we had a small conversation with Guruji, and he was admiring, he was saying, like, I don't understand, like, why he was very getting emotional. He's like, why I don't understand why are people following me, he's saying. And I was like, why? What should I tell you? Like, whatever. I don't know if my answer will be satisfying for you. But he said, like, Appa, what do you think? And I said, like, he likes to play these kind of games, And the first story what I remember is that when we were in Mauritius last year, I came to his place in a room to say hi, and because I was going to record the Bhakti Lounge, I think. So I went down, I bowed down, and he was just there. It looks like he's not present, like he's in his thoughts, or he's somewhere, but he knows that I'm there, and he started talking to me. He said that, when I was a kid, I was just playing with the matches, like, and then because I give myself to him, to Vitala, he he put me here, and I can see his hands in everything. I can see that everything becomes his. Yeah, this Bhakti Marga grew from him, like all these devotees. Yeah, and then he said that he showed me his two hands, and he said like referring to our hands. You know, he said like look at you have two hands, no? You can carry certain amount of things, how much you can fit
in the hand,
or how much is heavy, or how much you can fit in hand. That's how much you can carry. Yeah? But he said, but his hands are carrying everything, and his hands it's carrying. I can see his hand carrying all Bhakti Marga and all my devotees. And I'm melting there, and I'm thinking, and I start crying again, and he's like, why are you crying? And I'm like, why I should not cry to this? Like, it's amazing, and the way how he expressed himself, the way how he said, the humility he takes to do it, because he never said like, oh yeah, I did this, I'm doing this,
it's always
doing that.
he's doing
He's doing everything. Like, he so many times he's going somewhere, he literally changed people's life. Like, he cures them, he helped them financially, he doesn't matter in any way. He was just like, yeah, it's done, let's go. Like, you know, like, let's go. Where is the other guy? Where is the other devotee? Where is the other person who needs to find love? Like,
constantly serving. That's an inspiration.
Yeah.
He's constantly doing something. I gave him a massage one night, and he was super tired. It was after darshan. He was super tired. He even fell asleep on the massage table. He was super tired. And the moment I finished, his phone rang, and he immediately started working, because that person was, Guruji, I need your help. Something happened, blah, blah, blah. And it was late in the night. I mean, he went straight back to work. Like, okay. And he's always doing something for someone. I heard that from the people who are close, that he gets bored. He has to lay down. Like, beach time for him, I think, is the most boring thing in the world.
When we were in France, when we were in France, and this was my first, let's say, Guruji decided that he wants to take a free week. Like,
let's
he wants
chill and
let's
relax.
chill out. So I was like, okay, fine. So and I was invited also to go, and I was very happy to spend time with Guruji. And he's like, we rent a house, and we were like, big group was there, and he's just like, we're gonna sit in a house all day, like, and we are just chilling, like, talking, you know, like
enjoying something.
Somebody's reading something, like somebody's cooking, you know, like, very, very chill. He's like, no, we're gonna just sit here, let's go. And then again, full blast, like, going visiting saints, churches,
Find the church,
like,
find
everything
yourself,
what he likes, you know? And it's amazing, because it's true, like, because what he said, like, how we understand holiday is that you take your day off from work, let's say, you go on a beach or whatever, you lay down in the sun, you swim, if it's on, you party, you
eat, you drink,
and that's it. And then you think, like, but the same thing you're doing
at home,
actually the same thing you're constantly doing, but this time it's the position or the place,
the environment is different.
The environment is different, but actually it's the same thing. But he's actually doing what he actually likes, not what he likes, what he loves to do.
He loves saints, he loves churches, he loves
because the stories of the saints, how that love relationship what they had with God, it's amazing. It's very inspiring. And the more you spend time with him, the more you understand his way of, let's say, approaching that. it's very, very inspiring and very like you really want to do it, like you really feel like you. And then the enthusiasm when he started telling the story of some saint and what they went through, because then he's like he can spend easily 4 hours on the Guruji has his old atlas, the you know the roadmap
Uh-huh.
from France, and he's using them over and over again. We call it like a Bible. He's all the time using it, and on the phone. And then he's searching the places where the churches are, where the saints are, or in general, like he's constantly reading. Like even now, like he's constantly tweeting.
Yeah, he's
All the time, and it's amazing because like we all are tired, we go to sleep, but he goes up and then he reads his tweets.
he's
Like 2-3 in the morning he reads like not he reads sorry
he's
he writes
writing
he's writing some
long
so
tweets.
long tweets, and it's amazing because also Swami Revati once said it's to have that proximity of way how Guruji is expressing himself. It's amazing because it's actually him with no filters saying opinion or thought on certain things.
Yeah, his tweets are super personal.
Yeah,
He really sheds another light and gives a really interesting twist to all the concepts that he's having in his satsangs, in his talks, and it's like essence. I'm just saving some of the tweets. I'm just saving them in a special file and go there because they're like gems, like amazingly beautiful gems.
yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's also in general I think that everything what he give us to do, like to or instruct us to do, or when what he give us as a pure grace, it's constant just reminder, like whatever you do, just do it in a state of flowing, in state of serving, and I think the rest, everything will come and he will manifest. He will open the doors.
He is, for me. I wanted to ask you this: what does service? How did service transform you? Because this is somehow in Bhakti Marga. There's a really big emphasis on serving. Guruji talks always serve God, and we try to serve the others also while thinking of God. How did that change you? What was the mindset before? Because now you're serving Guruji directly. You started serving in the ashram, you did seva, and now you're serving Guruji directly. It's like scaling up the service somehow. Is there a constant flow in all this, or is it different stages of service?
I was always a guy who likes to work. So I never had the problem like not to like say no, like of course the stages are there, but I never said like, oh, I'm too lazy, I don't want to do it. Or I was always doing it. But the more you go into it, the more you really start understanding or try to understand or to be in that state of having constant remembering of him while you're serving. It's you never get tired. You never get it's just like instead of draining you, you're boosting up your energy,
Which is a paradox.
which is a paradox. But it's just how I see it for myself. Is the way of life, is the way of my life, what I give it to him. And I don't see the different way. Like I really don't see, like I try to see myself like in some different scenarios or different positions, or it just doesn't work. Like that's what keeps me going, that's what keeps me on this path, that's what keeps me focused, what keeps me alert, what keeps me motivated again to do it. Because I know that as much as there's always a slightly eye in that. Not always, but there is always like creeping inside, like they wants to jump in and take the role, take the position. But once when you cross to Guruji, when you go again, or you remember your previous experiences with Guruji, it's just, you cannot compare. Like you cannot compare. Because I really see that service is for me is the one thing what really helped me to grow spiritually. It really helped me to grow spiritually. That's how my relationship, I think, with Guruji, your sadhana, your everything, like your pujas, your, like even for the temple, for example, we are serving in a temple, basically 5 hours per day.
Yeah.
If you
Morning
if you
prayers,
calculate
evening
all together,
prayers,
yeah, it's like this.
dressing the deities, Shayanarati, or 5
And I
hours a
remember
day.
how Guruji was very strict at the beginning. How we dressed, for example, Radha Krishna, because I'm pujari there, and he was very strict. And if I did something wrong, he would call me during the day and he told me to change and go there and to change them. Like he was pushing the standard, and I was thinking like, how can I start like really? I was watching all nights how to dress saris, and like I was researching every single thing, and then it came to the point when I was started asking myself like, but what is the point?
Why should I do it?
Like, what is the point of you making so much effort and dressing deities in such a way to try to pay attention to every single detail? Like, there needs to be something, like, because just me dressing them and then the prayers happen, that's it. Like, but what is the why such a big standards, or why is, And then somebody asked Guruji one time, right after my thoughts, what was happening. Few days later, somebody asked Guruji in satsang. I don't remember actually the question, but he asked, Guruji answered that. He said, like, you see, for example, pujaris here. Like he said, like, you see, for example, Radha Krishna. He said, the pujari puts so much effort into it that they pay attention to every single detail, where the ring will come, how the
bracelet,
pleats, the bracelets, the shawl will fall down, the movement of clothes, the hair, how it will fit. And the more they pay attention to this, the more bhakti, of course, awakes inside of you. But the most important thing is that because of that shyness, because of that law, what pujari puts into it, the deity absorb. And when the people start coming to see them, because they're paying so much attention to the small details, because they look nice, that you want to absorb, you want to stay there and see all the small details. The deity itself reflects like thousands times more to everybody else.
So beautiful.
And then it's like, yeah, that's the seva. That's the seva. Because also Krishna saying in Gita, like, the best way to help others is by your example, like being example. Because first you need to change yourself, and then by example and by doing the right things, you can inspire others to change. And I think that that's somehow my way of seeing seva.
It's beautiful, brother. And I feel it. I feel it since I came here. I feel this, and I get inspired by so many people. You have an opportunity to get inspired every day, every second of the day. Because if you focus on the right things, you will always find that quality that you can work on yourself. So yeah, it's been an amazing talk, brother.
Nice, thank you.
I'm so happy when I have these conversations, because I get to meet the person, and I also love the story, love that people can share this, and when we have a beautiful weather like this.
But you never know. We are in
Yeah.
Germany. This can
Yeah.
change like in 1 hour.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can be crazy rain and cold and but still
Yeah.
accept.
So the most of all of the videos are in this weather.
We,
So
we use it needs to continue. The standards are there.
I don't know. I made a video with we were doing seva in the garden, like when we were building the wall, and we had like in that weekend we had like in half an hour, 4 seasons, half an hour, and it was raining, hail, storm, and then sun, and it was like, what is this, bro?
Yeah.
Welcome to Germany.
Welcome to Germany.
It teaches you somehow. I learned to accept this because I was dependent. Devotees doing their run, because why not? In this nice weather, we need to take advantage. Check it there, bro. And it taught me to be adaptable and to not take in consideration the external conditions, and just adapt. Whatever comes, whatever change comes, just adapt to that. And this is the perfect place. I mean, we have the ashram in the back. I don't know if it's visible, but Shri Pitanila is the perfect place to experience this transformation.
But actually, now we came to this point that the ashrams in general are growing all over the world, and wherever you are, if you can come to any ashram
in any country, because Bhakti Marga has ashrams all over the world, so you can check in your country if you have an ashram.
It's amazing experience to spend there, like even a week.
Even just go and have darshan of the deities for evening prayers, of just meet the devotees there, because it is an inspiration to see people dedicating their life to pursue and follow a path, because it's not easy. It might look easy. Life in the ashram, like you said, your parents are they're okay now because you have a roof over your head, you have food, so he's set, but that doesn't mean that life is easier just because you live in the ashram, because
the many different things start.
You have restrictions. Yeah, we have restrictions, like you're following a diet. It's like you are constantly in training mode, following a diet, and you're not able to indulge. Not because you are not allowed, but because you are aware if you're gonna indulge, you're gonna waste all that progress that you made. You're just gonna lose that, and it's a pity not to lose that. To lose that, and you can lose it super quick. Super quick.
Guruji once told me that the line between reality of what we are living right now and Maya, the outside world, it's so thin that you don't even feel it, that you switch. Like you don't even feel it. That's how thin it is.
Exactly.
And and you can feel it. Like even he said, like even the music, which one, if you choose the wrong music to listen, that can also infect you. Eventually, it will affect you.
I can totally agree, because I used to listen to different music, and now when sometimes I go home and I randomly put a song that I used to listen, and man, feelings, emotions, states of mind from back then when I was, they just come up like this.
It's memory.
And you're taken over by this wave, and you're like, you feel more aggressive, you feel more depressed, it's like instant mood change, even the movies or whatever. So it's a beautiful exercise of awareness, walking this thin line on the spiritual path, and our grace is that we have Guruji to guide us. Because alone I tried it by myself, and it didn't work. It didn't work because I was cutting corners all the time, and I was switching. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go the Buddhist way today because I feel more of a Zen. Oh no, I'm gonna go more on the shaman way because I want to smoke a joint tonight. So I used to pick and choose whatever spiritual path I was comfortable with, because I was justifying it, you know. The shamans do it, why shouldn't I do it? Oh. And so with Guruji, he's like, okay, here's the menu.
Yeah, this is good for you, this is bad for you.
It's like the perfect doctor and trainer, you know. And
he give you a prescription.
Yeah, the prescription. And if you follow that, you see the results. But you see the results like this. Like literally, you see the change overnight. And that's what I think keeps us going on this path, because we see the actual result every day. And we also see the effect, what happens when you go astray. We have people that went astray. I mean, they abandoned the path and it doesn't look good. Let's say like this, it doesn't look good.
But that's the life.
Yeah, just be grateful and
choose the right.
This is the whole point, to make the right choice. Amazing. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Amazing. See you next time. Stay grounded. Walk straight. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.